Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where we are, for once, in time. In time for what? Well, guess. What exactly did Julius call you about again? Something to do with plants. Though it kinda looks like I'm too late. I don't think the pumpkin is gonna pull through. Quite. That being said, you might want to look to your right. Not that he mentioned a pumpkin anyway, but who knows? There was some weird noise in the background that made him a little hard to make out. Like a cat or something. Or something. I might have just missed it. How would a cat make enough noise to make it hard to make out his words? That's... whatever. So he did steal Big Betty. It's crazy that the cops didn't manage to find this. It's right here in plain view. They could have just looked under the garage door. Wouldn't even need a warrant. Good for nothing, bozos. Not that I think anybody should get arrested for stealing a pumpkin. Pretty low on my list of worst crimes. Well, maybe not arrested, but... well... hang on. Looks like somebody's making the world's biggest pumpkin pie. I hope he saves some for us. Ha! You're funny. You should say that again when we see Julius. I'll pretend it's the first time you said it, and laugh the same way so he won't know. I'll hold you to that, Avery. If you fail to sell it, I will never forgive you for that betrayal. Make sure you step where I step. Wouldn't want to slip on this stuff and impale yourself on any rusty pitchforks. Quite. Or any, obvious traps involving a hanging axe. For that matter. That can't be the... that being said, that can't be the same axe that killed the guy before. Look at where it's positioned. Anyway. You carefully follow behind Avery, letting them go first as they guide you into the house. There are strange, fleshy growths between the floorboards, creeping their way up the walls. Avery seems unfazed by their presence, merely poring over them like oddities. A touch concerning, yes. It's reaching for the cross, but it might just be reaching for things in general, honestly. Or wait, it's not... doesn't seem to be... is it reaching for those? Can't quite tell. That might be it. That might be it reaching for them, but... the two things it's clearly reaching for are a cross and a picture frame. Presumably with a picture in it. Which means it's probably specifically reaching for things that are of sentimental value to Julius. That makes sense. Kind of. Guess he must be a fairly religious man. He's just got a random cross hanging up on a random wall. I wonder if there were more in this building that have already been grabbed. We'll never know. Whoa, check these out. What are they, roots? We must have a tree growing in here somewhere. Not sure a tree would do this. This plant is obviously not natural. No! Really? I needed Booksmart to know that? Seriously? Nobody should be touching anything here until you know more about what's going on. Again, I needed Booksmart to know that? Anyway, though apparently self-preservation instincts haven't kicked in for Avery just yet, I'm not certain he has any of those. Or if he does, he's learned to ignore them. Hey, Julius. It's Avery. From the diner? An older man's scratchy voice calls out from elsewhere in the house. I've been trying to give him a relatively scratchy voice. I'm not certain I've been succeeding. Downstairs! That's where it is. Your thought is interrupted by some other sound rising up from below. Yeah, I guess that does kind of sound like a cat. From a distance. Sounds more like an injured dog to me, actually. This must be what Avery heard over the phone. It doesn't sound much like a cat to you, though. A little. Anything I should look out for on the way down? Rug! That's all! Careful, Joe Bob. Don't step on the rug. They point up, and you follow their gaze. Above the rug, there is an axe attached to some kind of spring-loaded mechanism, stashed between the ceiling rafters. The ceiling must be fairly high if that hit directly into the guy's head. Although I guess he was fairly short. It might be worth it to just trigger the rug while laying down so it doesn't hit me. Then again, there might be something in the rug itself for people who are clever dicks like that. Your foot is a bit overly close to the rug, but cool, right? It's like Home Alone in here. A bit. More like that sequence from Conan the Barbarian, actually. We don't have as many lives as the Wet Bandits, though, so look out. Don't worry, I am. Disable the trap. Here we go. This is rudimentary work. It's an axe attached to a heavy spring, held back by a tripwire. The tripwire is triggered by stumbling over a particular crease in the carpet, crumpled to disguise the trap as merely an aspect of the mess. But it can also just be triggered by yanking on the wire a safe distance away from where the axe is designed to come down. Rudimentary indeed, but still, fairly well designed. I give it a solid 7 out of 10. You do so. With a loud metallic twang. Oh, maybe I should have warned the guy. Maybe I should have warned Julius first. Ah well, he can stand to be a little worried for a hot minute. The axe is dislodged from its place on the ceiling, hitting nothing but air. It was so fast, it really could have killed somebody. That's the idea. Damn it, kid! Please tell me you didn't get hit. No. My friend just disarmed it so nobody would accidentally get hurt. Yeah, like a responsible individual. Julius tries to yell again, but the sound interrupts him, drowning out his words. Didn't seem that loud. I guess he's pretty far away and muffled. Stop touching those things. What if they're poison? Oh, I hadn't actually thought about that. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Quite. Well, better you than me, I suppose. I'm all for learning from other people's mistakes. What's with the traps? Why does he have these? Guess. How well do you know this guy exactly? Well enough to come when he calls. We might not talk much, but I feel like we have an understanding, you know? I save his booth for him, he reads his paper and pretends to ignore me all day, he leaves an extra 50 cents. There's comfort in the routine. I do yard work for him sometimes too, and it's the same thing. I trim back the brush, he gives me a Coke, I try to talk to him while I drink the Coke, he gives one-word responses, then asks me to do something else. It's predictable. Safe. Sounds like it. Except for the bear traps, but he always warns me about those. Indeed. You... I mean, it's obvious why he's become so attached to you, given his relationship with everyone else, or lack thereof. I think I'm starting to get why you're so attached to him, though. For such a gregarious fellow, you don't have a lot of close friendships, do you? Not really close. Not like you have with Julius. I mean, you're an outsider, sure. But that's not quite it. They don't like because... I guess because he's an asshole to everyone. According to them, he doesn't really try to get along with anyone. You do, though. And that's also a problem, isn't it? One too isolated, the other too gregarious. And both end up here, with each other as their best and closest friend. Fancy that. Oh, are you here? Silence, as you wait for an answer that never comes. I'm starting to think there might be something weird going on around here. No! Oh, there is definitely something weird going on here. I don't think that's a cat down there with him. Quite. I guess I'm the one getting us into an interesting situation today, huh? Your turn for it, I suppose? Alright, we're coming down. With what? Now hold on just a minute. Who is it you've got up there? Me. The roots seem to shift as you pass through the open doorway, almost closing in, tightening around the edges protectively. But your ears are starting to ring, tunnel vision closing in as the stone calls out to you. You've gotten too close now. It's managed to grab hold, pulling you forward down the steps, eager to be seen. Sure hope there's no more traps. Well, I guess he would have said. Then again, he's old. Maybe he's done. Ain't that Tabitha's cousin? What the hell? I didn't say you could bring a friend. Oh yeah, this scene again. I wonder if it's gonna be different at all. So you tried to undermine me, witch. I should have known you'd try to find a way around the rules. You've trapped the town. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like that would be so opinionated. But I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it still feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. Less broken body, huh? Is it referring to the town? Is that what led to the mine collapse? You trying to unbreak the town? Or something like that? It's not too late. It's not too late, Enoch. You can let Eddie have the baby. and your family can go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It can be like nothing ever happened. I'll even leave town. Manipulative hag! That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? This whole ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. Well, I know better than to hand an ounce of power over to you, Verena, whatever. Okay. Careful about the, his little finger things. He got me with those earlier. I'll keep him distracted. You try pulling and see if you can get him out. He starts bleeding pretty bad when I do that, man. I don't know if it's such a good idea. I'll try going slow. Ease him out. So they did try to remove him at first. Good to know. Someone screams, and something else screams with him. Inhuman. Ungodly. You come to. The room slowly solidifying around you. Because it was liquid before. You are propped against the far wall of Julius's unfinished basement. He's holding a gun, politely pointed at the floor, watching Avery from a distance. Bo lies limp in the corner. This looks familiar. Mostly. There is something attached to his chest, the source of the awful noise. It stutters with pained inhalations, snow inhalations, matching Bo's unsteady breaths. Granddad. You're looking not that much different from when I first saw you. I wonder how long I've been out. Are the police already on their way? If we're looking at this like Junior here is a plant, which I guess he is, he's clearly got enough roots dug in that it just shreds Bo if we try to yank him out. And Junior doesn't seem to like him much either. Which means... indeed. Cutting him out might work a fair bit better, but... Of course he doesn't. You're taking away his life support. You don't want Bo dying down here. I mean, he's got a family, man. They care about him. And no. As much as I hate the Callaways, I don't want my boy coming into the world with this on his conscience. That was the whole reason I got you down here. I thought you'd have some kind of smart-ass solution. Well, if I try leaving the town limits, I could maybe wrangle up a bunch of those ditchlings, feed them to the bastard, get some of those larger ones especially, or maybe if I raid the nest, or maybe if we got together a bunch of regular-sized pumpkins. I don't know. But trimming the roots just made him dig deeper, and pulling seems to just be killing Bo faster. He's as stubborn as his daddy, that's for sure. Maybe a little more, by my reckoning. But then, not like we can talk him down like his daddy. And he's scared, too. He's getting defensive. Trying to protect himself. But I won't give up. You want help? I'll try to help. Maybe there's something else you can eat. Don't worry, Julius. You wanted help? You're gonna get a lot more of it than you expected, because the cavalry's fucking arrived here. Mr. Jack of all trades, solve everything for everyone is here. Joe Bob! Hey, you made it. Darn tootin'. Julius startles, straightening up. Gripping his gun tighter as the attention in the room falls on you. Evening? Are these different? Let's see. Let's go through them again. They're probably different now. Which? Verena. Or maybe Verena, I'm not certain. Who the fuck is Verena? Verena. Only which I know about is Sybil. Damn it, Avery. Is this what involved with her? I knew it. I knew she would try to send more bullshit my way. Wasn't happy with how much she already fucked this up, huh? Look. Whatever she sent you for, I'll shoot you before you do it, so don't even try. I don't care who you're related to. Hey now, you're an all-star. Nobody has to get shot. Joe Bob is my friend. We're all friends here, okay? Let's see. Okay. Saw it all, my family, the witch. Witch. No. More or less the same. Have to find the witch. Find the witch. Witch? You mean Sybil? Is she the one who sent you? As if she hadn't already fucked this up enough. She's got another thing coming if she thinks she can go back on our deal now. I'm getting what she promised me. Enoch fucked everyone over. Even the witch. Witch? Sybil? Did she send you down here? What, are you here to fuck me over even more? I don't think I need the help, thank you very much. Quite. Interesting. There was one of these that didn't make him think I was working for the witch last time, but not this time. Odd. Let's try babbling incoherently. Family! Enoch! The stone! Witch! Great. Now I got this concussed freak to deal with. Wait. Witch? Did you say witch? Damn it, I just can't get away from her. As if she hadn't already fucked this up enough. But she's got another thing coming if she thinks she can go back on our deal now. I'm getting what she promised me. Whatever she sent you for, I'll shoot you before you do it. So don't even try. Interesting. All of these convince him that I'm working for the witch this time. Let's go for the top one. I'm glad you came too. I thought you were in pretty bad shape. You went out at the top of the stairs and tumbled the whole way down. So if you feel pretty banged up, that's why. Don't worry, I'm made of hardier stuff. I'm made of a whole lot of stuff. Helps that you went limp as a rag doll. They say that's how you fall proper, if you don't want to get too busted. And more or less. It's better if you try to roll with it, but the important thing is not giving gravity a firm target to crush. Not that I give two shits. I got enough lives to worry about already. And I didn't expect to be hosting a damn party down here. You think this is a party? Should see the other timeline. You can't help but notice the way Julius is hovering about as far away from the thing implanted in Bo as he can manage. He's clutching at something at his side. Probably some kind of wound, if you had to hazard a guess. He has the posture of a wounded cat. Indeed. You didn't notice that in the last timeline. He's afraid of his own son. Then again, this time you heard him talk about being got by his finger things, so fair enough. Ooh, yeah. Oh, here come the police. Before you can formulate much in the way of conclusions, your thoughts are interrupted by the muffled sounds of sirens. Police sirens, not the kind that tell you secrets of the future. Which, by the way, is how they lured people in the ancient Greek myths. I think that's why Odysseus had himself tied to the mast, because he wanted to hear them without being able to go to them and die. The rest of the crew just corked up their ears, and they were fine, but he wanted to hear them. God damn it! Not this too! Come on, boy. Hurry up and eat. Let's get you looking more like a person before I have to explain all this to anybody else. I knew there was gonna be some shit happening out here because of that stupid stone. I just knew it. The one right behind you, for the record. Stone? What, that old relic stuck in the wall? Yeah, these things are buried around town. It's got nothing to do with this. This is all that witch and her stupid deal. Then the Callaways, making it so I had to hatch poor Junior here early. And all this situation with the Callaway kid. So you intentionally hatched this creature early. I wasn't quite clear on that one. It's his own damn fault anyway. Because I kept telling the Callaways it was on my property, and it wasn't their damn prize pumpkin, but they was gonna take it down to the fair anyway. Left me no choice but to hatch him early. And then for Bo to come in when he did, while my boy was still hungry, even though he knew better than to wander into my house! Imagine if they had taken it to the fair. That would have been a sight. But I can imagine how this goes. Plucking the pumpkin out of the plant thingamajig, disconnecting it from its plant-based life support must have been what caused it to hatch prematurely and need another form of life support. What a mess. What am I doing? I don't have to explain myself to you. No, but it's fun. Just stay quiet. I don't need you making noise. I'll just sit and wait for the cops to leave. They got no reason to come down here. It's private property. Unless, you know, they look under your garage door and see the giant pumpkin. The sound of footsteps upstairs. Knocking. Silence falls over the basement, save for the synchronized, ragged breathing of the two boys. Tremaine? You home? I'm telling you, we're better off going to the back. This front door has gotta be booby-trapped to hell. Unfortunately for you, you got that backwards. If I have my directions correct. Duke, don't make me regret letting you come along. I will not go into the back like this is some sort of sting operation. This is a wellness check, for paperwork's sake. A wellness check where you had to bring along the biggest cop you had? Expect the best, but plan for the worst, Callaway. A door opening. Well, you have got to be kidding me. No warrant? No nothing? No ticky? No shirty? Footsteps as the group piles inside. What is a pile? No. Securing the entryway. Looks like somebody already set something off and got away unscathed. See, half the shit he has around here don't even work. Heavy footsteps. Franklin appears at the top of the stairs. Evening, officer? Securing the basement. Is that Joe Bob down there? You got eyes on Bo? Technically no. I don't currently have eyes on the alleged victim. Secure in the basement. Franklin fumbles for his gun, panicking. Julius aims up at the stairs. Can you not? I'm sure we can talk our way out of this without you going gun-ho, so to speak. Julius, don't do this, man. You're making things worse. Put it down. You blind son of a bitch! There's a gun pointed right at you! Duck! Duke shoves Franklin forward. Thanks, Duke. He tumbles down the stairs just as Julius's gun goes off. Okay, good instincts, Duke. Julius carefully slides Officer Franklin's gun just out of reach. Well, this looks familiar. Ah, it must have been the gunshot that scared the kid and caused that to go like that. That explains that, I think. Or maybe it was him tripping into the vines? Something like that. What was that? What just happened? They're down there. Damn it, the whole bunch of them. And they've done something to my bow. Movement as someone tries to pull at the vines blocking the door. They don't budge. What is all this shit? Julius, you son of a bitch! What did you do? Hurried footsteps on the porch. Someone else has arrived. Who the... Oh, probably the other cop. Damn it. Did y'all have to bring the whole squad with you today? Of all days? Sheriff, I heard the shot. Is everyone okay? Yeah, other cop. For a moment I was wondering if Tabby Girl had somehow found her way here. I'm taking over this operation! You have the authority to do that? Well, I guess a civilian in motion outranks a captain who doesn't know what he's doing. Somebody help me get this axe down. I'm not letting the bastard get away with this. Another step of footsteps. Fainter now that the roots have blockaded the door. Who the... Oh. Hi. Alright. Why are you here? Jesus Christ. What happened here? So now we've got a time limit. Not how I wanted this to go. Just one thing after another. That's how it always goes around here, apparently. One thing after a fucking another. Oh well, you've got me down here with you. So it ain't all bad. It's okay. We're going to figure this out. We'll all make it out of this if none of us panic, okay? And here I was hoping that we could get this all settled before anyone else even arrives. Alas. That would have been a fun conversation to have. Would anyone mind catching me up? Long story, Frankie boy. I don't need to tell you a damn thing. You shouldn't be here. Neither should the Scarlet in the corner. I don't need all this attention. All this was meant to just be a family affair. Well, it's not anymore. You invited me because you need help. That's what he meant. A family affair. Let's forget everything that's happening outside this room, okay? Here's our situation. Julius' son can't seem to live without something to eat. Or whatever he's doing, anyway. He's currently dug himself deep enough into Bo that tearing him out isn't an option. Not while he's as tense as he is. We could give him a massage. And now with all the noise, I think he's more tense than ever. He sealed us off. Yeah, thanks Julius, by the way. Big help. Then just kill the damn thing. Silence falls over the room. That is the obvious solution, yes. And oh look, a pair of shears. Right there. I mean, there's also 2 guns, but shears are better for ensuring there's not any unfortunate ricochets. If any one of you tries to do that, you'll die too. Julius didn't just call Avery here because he needed a plant expert. They're clearly one of the few people in the world he trusts. Quite so. Where are you going with this, SS? The conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. That's my boy! Enough of this bullshit! Somebody help me get this axe down! I'm not letting some damn tumor stop me! Are you sure, Duke? What if it triggers another trap, or... There's a sound of something being torn free from wood, then hacking at the vine-like tendrils blocking the doorway. But no progress seems to be made. For every piece severed, another grows in its place. Bo writhes as if he can feel it, his face twisting with pain, and in a mirror to his suffering, the house groans angrily as the meat nestled between its walls constricts. This thing, threatened, is tightening its squeeze. Duke needs to stop if he doesn't want his son to die very soon. You wanna bring the damn house down, Duke? A string of desperate curses from upstairs, but the axe doesn't stop swinging. Listen, clearly you need something. You woke up talking about the witch. You wanna know where she is? I can tell you how to find her. If none of you does anything stupid, then I'll tell you what I know. Sound fair? Bo squirms with discomfort. The baby seems to be digging deeper. First things first. Duke, if you want us to save Bo, you have to stop swinging that axe. It's killing him. I assume if I didn't have Keen Eye here, I'd probably have less time to talk. Shit! God fucking damn it! The frenetic hacking stops. You got 5 minutes, Joe Bob, you hear? I don't think I have that, actually. Okay, what were the ones that I... Are these any different, I wonder? One way to find out. It wouldn't allow me to skip if they were any different. I guess they're slightly different in the fact that they don't have Tabitha chiming in, but subtractions aren't considered that for the purpose of skipping. Oh! Yeah, that's different. Also, there's fewer here. Interesting. You said you know how to get in contact with the witch. That I do. This all sounds ridiculous to say out loud, but you know about her. So you better believe me. I'm willing to believe a lot, or at least I'm willing to consider a lot. I'd use this faucet here, fill up a Pepsi bottle or whatever I got on hand, put a little note in there, and she'd make her answer known. Not unlike the notes I found in the room, in the manor, except... Well, clearly he had a different method than water. Something rather amusing about using a Pepsi bottle for all this, but never mind. It's fed by natural spring water. That's her preferred method of communication. Like her internet, I suppose. You get a weird smile. Not sure if it's just a situation, though. But as you can see, it is currently out of order. I tried earlier, but my boy's got his, meat all in there. You won't be getting a drop out of it till he's calmed down. That was mostly the same as last time. Anyway. Oh. What exactly did you catch her doing that made her make a deal with you? Look, I'm a man of my word. She told me I'd get what I wanted, and I told her she would get my silence. I stand by that. But that being said, perhaps that had something to do with that husband of hers, and whatever he was sick with. Is this the same? No. Husband? She's married? But she's so young. Young? That old crone? We must be talking about different people, kid. And it ain't like she's married now, anyway. He's been dead for some time. On account of the illness. That's the same. Okay. Well then. Here we are, here again. I think I picked more or less the same options as last time. And the rest, well, they're not as important as it getting this done quickly. Let's see if things go a little differently this time. Which one? Avery. Julius called you here. Just you, out of everyone in town? Yeah, he did. I guess he feels like we're pretty close. I can't skip, so... I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I just know you're good with plants. That garden of yours is always happy. And I think my boy is still a plant, technically. Though I hope he grows out of that. Well, let's see. That just leads to that again. But what if I do say something more? Julius, why did you really call Avery? I think you know even a plant expert would have a hard time with this. None of your fucking business. What if I want to know? Fine. You're always polite. Serve coffee with a smile. No complaints. Save the corner booth for me the way I like. Always been a fan of the corner booth myself. Just felt like you spared more than a passing thought my way. And that counts for a lot when you're somebody like me who doesn't talk to nobody. That's right, you don't talk to nobody. You talk to him. Wow. And I always kind of thought you might have hated me. Now, I get some of that from older people around here. And the miners. If it weren't for Winnie, I know it would be worse. And I try to ignore it. I know I don't exactly blend in. Neither do I. Indeed. If for very different reasons. Guess I figured that meant we had more in common than not. Mayhap? Bo squirms, moaning in pain. The conversation pauses. It's looking worse. Quit eyeing the boy like that. I can tell you want to jump in and do something stupid. Never should have called you up here. This is a family issue. Should have been solved within the family. But you didn't call family to help you. You called me. Maybe he did. Now, touches least that again. Still. A family issue, huh? Maybe the boy doesn't have to die. Neither of them has to. Maybe you can share this burden together instead. Indeed. Bo is a pretty big guy, but he doesn't have any more of the... But he doesn't have any more vital organs than the rest of us do. 2 people, though. What the hell are you even saying? He's saying we might be family adjacent enough that maybe we could take the burden off of Bo. Is that right? It's not exactly how I would phrase it, but more or less. Family? You weren't even raised here. The hell would you know about being a Tremaine? As somebody who feels alone even in a town where I pour coffee for nearly everyone every day, but most of them don't even bother to learn my name, probably more than anybody else around here, including your own cousins. Julius doesn't respond. He watches as the boy shifts on top of Bo, crying meekly. What exactly are you saying we should do? Let him do that to us. Move him off of Bo, see if he'll come willingly, and hopefully, the 2 of us can manage it better than he can all on his own. Especially if we're not fighting him every step of the way. Hey, Franklin. You got any thoughts on all this weirdness? Can't feel nice to be attached to somebody who doesn't want you. Delving into the realm of the metaphorical there, Avery. Or I guess analogy. Or I guess analogical. Shouldn't he know he's coming into a world where people care about him? Damn it, kid. You're making it sound all queer. Doesn't have to be. If you want to raise a kid right, you're going to have to soften up sometime, old man. I don't know I've seen a thing grow without an open core. Without a softness showing. I think those are the words. Julius crosses the room, kneeling by Bo and the half-formed thing curled up on his chest. No. It immediately reaches out, grabbing desperately at him. Avery intercepts, taking its translucent hand, holding it gently. He could kill us. All the best things in life could, but it's too late for doubts now. It's started. You can see the tendrils dislodge from inside Bo, and he whimpers, seizing as they slide from underneath his skin, transferring to both Julius and Avery. It's gotta be a more comfortable way for it to happen than having them die inside of him. Probably. Told you. He gets it. Jesus, fuck. This hurts. It certainly looks painful, but no blood seeps from the wounds where the boy's greedy appendages have broken through. Not a drop going to waste. Very efficient of it. The boy, in contrast to the pain grimaces of Julius and Avery, seems to finally settle into comfort, falling into something like sleep as it nestles between its donors. Now that's quite a sight. It's almost Shared burdens convince two outcasts to work together to save a life. Ha. There we have it. It's a rough sight, but it's a damn sight better than the others. Besides it lacking Tabitha, of course. Any picture that lacks Tabitha is inferior, but never mind that. Just this once. Everyone lives. Well then. Next time, then, we'll finally see the aftermath of all that we have wrought, of this timeline we forged. So until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.